I just finished the final episode of Miss Marvel, so let's talk about it. Probably don't need to say this, but spoilers ahead, so click that like button and come back later. So this episode was probably the best one in the entire series. My favorite character of this episode has to be Kamala. I was so happy for her when I saw her family accept her for being a superhero. And I kinda cried a bit when I saw the entire community stand with her against damage control. Speaking of damage control, I'm gonna hate this lady with every fiber of my being. I get that she thinks that Kamala is someday gonna get somebody hurt since she's so young and doesn't really yet know how to use her powers that well, like how she did with that little boy in episode 2. But damn, she has got to chill out a bit. These are all kids here, and she's treating them like terrorists. I can totally see this lady doing hate rallies for mutants when they're fully introduced into the MCU. And speaking of mutants, my jaw dropped when I heard that Kamala was a mutant. Mutants in the MCU is something I've been waiting years to see, and I am hoping that we get more information on what mutants are going to be doing in the MCU at San Diego Comic-Con this year. I also kind of like the CGI in this episode. It's definitely a huge improvement than last episode. Even though some of the CGI still looks a little bit wonky, I think it's fine. I think some of the CGI looks cool even if it's a little bit wonky. I have 3 favorite moments in this episode. My first favorite moment is that Embiggen scene. Seeing Kamala Embiggen is something I've been wanting to see in this show since the whole series begun. I was curious what they were gonna do with Embiggen since Kamala didn't really have her stretching powers, and honestly, I like what they did with it. Sure, there are some moments where Embiggen seems a bit off with the CGI, but I still think Embiggen was a really cool scene in this episode. I guess I was expecting too much and expecting Kamala to be in a giant crystallized version of herself the size of a giant Khonshu. Maybe we'll see that in the Marvels or something. My second favorite moment is when it's revealed that Kamala is a mutant. Like mentioned before, my jaw dropped, and I cannot wait to see more mutants in the MCU after this moment. Though personally, I still am a little bit disappointed that Kamala isn't really an Inhuman or anything like that now. So I do think that her being a mutant now is definitely going to be a unique turn, and I'm all in for it. Who knows, maybe Marvel will make her an Inhuman and mutant at the same time, if possible. I don't know. And my final favorite scene was that Captain Marvel cameo. I cannot wait to see the Marvels and see Carol Danvers leaving Kamala's home, and Kamala's family be like, why is Carol Danvers of the Avengers in our home? I give this episode a 9.6 out of 10, giving it an A+. Anyway, that's the review. Go down to those comments and tell me what you thought of the episode and the whole series. Share this video with all your friends, and click that like and follow button to keep up to date with all my latest content. See ya!